What's good, D Reacts and Reviews, back again with another video for y'all. Before I get started, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, comment if y'all like. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Hope y'all having a successful year so far. Um, well, it just started, but hope y'all have started the year the way you want it to. Anyway, just trying to make sure my camera not like moving or something. It just seems so weird. Anyway, let's get into it. It says Chick speaks on 55 sexual partners she's had in 2022.
Hello everybody, welcome to my Shagify Wrapped. All of the juicy stats from my juicy sex life. Let's go. So, how many sexual partners did I have in the 2022 season? I had 55 in total. Of those, 54 were new to me, which is an average of 1.05 partners a week, which I'm pretty proud of, I can't lie. So I'm now up to a total current partner number of 91. Only 12 of them I shagged more than once, and 38 of them were met through swingers clubs. The gender split, it's done into men and women because as far as I know I didn't shag anybody non-binary. So in total we had 33 men, 10 of which had big dicks, which I'm counting as 7 inches or bigger. 2 of those were DILFs. Women, 21 women, which I feel is pretty good, giving lots of bisexual energy. 2 of those were MILFs. Of those 21 women, 5 of them at least, I was there confirmed first time with another girl, with 2 more were either potentially their first time or very early on into their, shagging women journey. Injuries I received, a nipple piercing, a dual nipple piercing infection, a ripped nipple piercing, which actually I received as a result.
Okay, automatically as a mature person, a lot of people probably see this video and think that, she's a hoe and all this stuff like that, right? So, and they just want to just like justify the way that they feel in their head, which is perfectly fine. I mean, we are designed to continue to feed dopamine to ourselves. It's addictive. Not feed dopamine to ourselves because our body releases dopamine, but feed. We want to keep feeding energy to ourselves in the form of a topic that we resonate with or we find entertaining, hilarious, whatever, so that it can help us feel good or justify how we feel and stuff like that. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on when you're doing that unrighteously, when it's time for you to grow up. And I'm not gonna go into that. If you rock with me, if you understand my channel, you understand where I'm coming from. So be it. So what I would say about this is that I'm not mad at nothing that she said. I actually enjoyed that video. I thought that it was very informational. I would love for somebody that I'm gonna be with to tell me what they've done and who they've been with. Yes, I will say that. I mean, because it's better to be known than unknown, unless unless you who's watching or other people or whatever would prefer to stay in the dark. If you can't take it, then it's just not for you. That's okay. It's not for you to know. But I would prefer for you to tell me, what's going on, what you've done. I do find a little bit of that, entertaining, 1, but 2, informational. It helps me understand who you are, and I don't have to have guesses. You know what I mean? I don't have to wonder. You're like saving me a peace of mind. You're giving me a peace of mind, right? So in the beginning, she said, "Oh, well, wait. Like I said, if I was gonna be with somebody, right? I also want to say that if by watching this, I apply those same that same perspective just by watching it. You know what I mean? thank you, because I get to understand how other people think and stuff like that. I understand their perspective, their mind frame, where they're coming from, instead of just like judging them on why they the way that they are. Now, of course, for people to indulge that much, there's a lot more deeper things going on than just sleeping with people. You're looking for something, you're yearning for something, and that's okay. It just depends on how you choose to exert your energy, right? So in the beginning, she said that she was saying about how many men she had, people she had slept with in 2022. I think it was around like 15, no, 55, and 54 were new, and like 12 of them she slept with again. Majority of those were men, and like 21 of those were like women. Um, she elaborated on, you know, like the guy's size and all that stuff, and she elaborated on if that was like their first time. So, what I would say is that I don't personally care about this video like that. So if you're on here for me to, which you probably already exit out already, but if you're on here to hear some drama or whatever, um, or hear me complain or whatever, and be negative. I don't the way that this video was cut or the way that she's coming right now, I am appreciative of it. So I'm gonna address it as such. Um, I appreciate her saying that, because if I'm going to be with somebody, I would rather know, so that I know what I'm getting into. So for those of you who probably look at her like, she's a hoe or a thought or whatever, there's a lot of perspectives there, and I'm not one to want to be with somebody that has that many partners, but I'm not gonna turn somebody down depending on who they choose to be. Now, I don't personally know her enough to really judge her, because she could be somebody that I might choose to spend my time with, as far as like mentality, right? But there's other things that go into that, right? Like your physical appearance, if you're in shape or not, your mentality, and you like your number, or how many people as she say you shagged. All of that does matter, but we're sticking to the topic of this, like, right now, right? Just this topic alone. Me personally, if this would have to be something that's in your past, right? Because and on top of that, let me say this too. If this is what you want to do, that's fine, because it's a double standard out here, where like women can't do that, and they're looked at like they're a thought or a hoe. And then for a man, men are looked at, it, the perspective for men is like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like that they're the guy, or they're that guy. Um, and it's not okay, because like if a woman wants to do that, let them do that. If a man wants to do that, let them do that. Personally, I don't care if that's what you want to do. I would love to have sex with a lot of people, but I understand that it's not who I am, right? And on top of that, as I've gotten older, I don't look at it like that anymore. I just want who I want, and that's it. I swear to God, like I don't need 55 people, or have bang 55 people. Like I don't need none of that at all. But I know who I want, and I have enough um, awareness of myself and of others' energy to be able to pick that out precisely based off of the things that I went through in my life. So I can, avoid all of that, and I hope that you are able to as well. But for people that have to like do this, that's up to them. That's fine. You know what I mean? But I will say that uh, I would hope that they're all safe, right? That they're practicing safely. so that, you know, they can continue their life the way that they want to live without harming others, one, and then two, without, if they don't want to have any children, they're preventing it. If she feels like that, you know, she is enjoying this and stuff like that's fine. But if I'm gonna be with somebody like this, then I don't I'm not gonna waste my time, because if you're currently like this, that's not what I'm looking for at all. I mean, like, the case is closed. But if this is something in your past, well, it does get tricky, right? Because what I would need, the the criteria that I would have to be checking off would depend based upon the level of growth that you've had since departing your past self, right? That indulged in this behavior, because it's immature in my perspective, especially within a year. I mean, you know, to each his own, right? But that's me personally. You're probably wondering, well, what is that criteria? Well, I'm not gonna go into all of that, but here's what I would say. And it doesn't matter if it's her or somebody else. Personally, she's not my type aesthetically, but I personally feel like if somebody, you know, has, if they have a very flamboyant or interesting past, right? The best thing that I'm the thing that I'm looking for the most, if I were to consider that, is a level of consciousness. You know, why did you choose to leave that behind? Because I'm not saying that you have to regret it. I'm not saying that you have to put yourself down about it. But why did you choose to leave that behind? Because first and foremost, that's what matters the most before anything else. And I want to know, why did you choose to keep it up? You know, what did you hold on to the most that affected your perspective? Because, which some of y'all will probably say that's the same thing as the first point, but to me it's not, because you can have something that changed you, and then you can have something that keeps you in that space permanently for why you changed. It's all about finding what internally makes you the person who you are. So if that person has, and I don't think that as society we should sit up here and you know, make fun of people that do that to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're gonna be foolish with it, I'm not saying you need to be making fun of them, but you know, for people who are strategic and smart about theirs, you know, let them be. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be making comments and stuff like that, but like I said, this is for like a more mature audience that I'm speaking to. But if I'm gonna be, you know, picking somebody, and you know, you have all this going on, or you've had all this going on, there's a lot that I'm gonna have to see, and I could probably give like two. I'll give you like two more. I'm gonna have to know like your diet, you know, one, and I'm gonna have to know spiritually what made you change as well, because that's probably one of the things that matters to me probably the most. I like to understand a person spiritually, because the people that you just allowed into your body, you have a thing called soul ties, and you know, like, you're attaching yourself to them, to your energetic frequency, your sexual frequency, and that shit can drop if you're out here having a bunch of sexual partners. I need to know if you've learned how to rebuild that back up and take back what you ignorantly, which means you didn't know, take back what you ignorantly gave away. And if you were the person that wanted to do that, right, and you made the change, then you're not ignorant for why you gave it away. You wanted to, which, that's fine as well. But you chose to make a change. And I understand that that may be a deal breaker for all of y'all. I understand all of that, and that's perfectly fine. But there's people out here that have dated and been with a lot of people that make no sense on why they're with them, right? But they have their reasons for why they're with them. The main thing here is to understand that just because a person has done things in their past or even present doesn't mean that that's just going to be where they are, right? So Will Smith has a quote that says, "It doesn't matter where you are, it matters where you're going." So just because they've done that doesn't mean that that's the person that they truly are. And that doesn't mean that that's who they're going to be their entire life. Sometimes people have to explore themselves, life, situations, circumstances to understand themselves, to understand the world. You got to let people live. And when they've learned that and they've chosen a different life and a perspective that you two may happen to understand and agree with, well then I mean you have somebody right there that you can get along with. And a lot of y'all would sit up there and just be like, you know, that's messed up. I can't be with nobody like that. Woo woo woo. But I mean at the same time, you know, we sit up here and we cool with dudes doing that, and it's not okay, and it's not okay, and you know, I don't, like I said, aesthetically this ain't the type of woman for me, but ultimately I wouldn't want nobody that's been through that as well, that's done all that as well, especially in a year. I mean, like, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't feel like trying to change you mentally. I don't feel like trying to, you know what I mean? Like I like people on my level. I don't like people I have to like fight for and like not. I'm not dealing with all that. That's over the top. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you that appreciated this perspective, you know, right on. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's hard to find information out here like this, and for those of you that are, you know, struggling to understand it, you know, you can leave your comments down in the comment section. You know, some of y'all be trolls, some of y'all, you know, can't see a different perspective. Some of y'all, you know, agree. You know, some of y'all enlighten me. You know, and inform me on a different perspective as well. Which is, you know, how we should grow. You know what I mean? We need to see things from a different side. But you know, if we want to just chop it up to she's a hoe, that's fine too. I've accepted that perspective as well because it's easy to just say that and not understand how that happened. You may be like, what you mean how? Exactly what I mean. How did the person come to be that way? You know what I'm saying? So we all got choices in life that we have to consider, especially when it comes to significant others, friends, family, our work, our pets, our environment, our food. We all have choices, and we all have to choose with discernment. We all have to, you know, take the time to evaluate. And I always preach that. Like I said before, I'm coming from a righteous, conscious, and and a woke perspective, and I don't mean the left. So, you know, if you don't like it, if you don't like the perspective, that's perfectly fine. I don't need you to. I'm just here to help the people that are stumbling across this video and they happen to have a like mind like myself, or they're searching for a different perspective, because we're out there and we're trying to grow. But there are a lot of y'all that are trying to hold us back. And we're going to keep on fighting for it. And eventually, maybe in this life, you will see the light. Maybe in the next life, you will see the light. But, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. Anyway, Dear Reviews, we out. Knox. And some of you may say, can you deal with coming across your partners? Truth be told, that depends on the type of man that you are. If you've already made the decision that who you are is no longer, sorry, if you've already made the decision that who you are and how you're going to respond to life isn't going to affect you anymore, then no, no, it's not going to affect me, because I've already made that decision. I mean, you would kind of have to with that number, but then again, let's be honest, right? There's 8 billion people in this, 8 billion of us on this planet. What's your odds of coming across that small, minute? For real, what is it? It's probably less than 1%. It's most likely less than 1%. Less than half of 1%. Less than a quarter of 1%. If someone were to tell you how they screwed your partner, once again, she's not my property. She's her own person. I was not there. I'm sorry, the light is blinding. I was not there. She was not with me. Because that's the truth. You know what I mean? Why would I care how you, because like I've done that. I've screwed somebody else too, so like why the hell would I care? And I'm saying this for y'all who are going to come with I'm trying to help the people who have these thoughts, right? Because y'all are probably gonna think like that, and like there's no need for you to, especially if you're secure with the man that you are and you've already made that decision to let that go. Like I said, it's a different perspective channel. It's a higher perspective channel. Shout out YP. And for y'all that can't get with it, I mean, you already know. You ain't gotta keep watching. Another thing is men do gangbangs or trains with one woman, which I think is rainbow. So I mean, another thing that's just it's double standard. You know what I mean? Nobody cares when men do it. You know what I mean? A woman does it. Same energy. Who gives a damn? And for y'all that be thinking that that's cool and y'all guys and y'all doing that, I mean, come on now, that is just weird. And some of y'all are mad because she's got to do what none of you couldn't or didn't. Like you could have did it, you didn't do it. You could have, but you didn't. You didn't do it, but you could have. Either or, same thing. So we don't have to play that game. You know what I mean? Like, open up your mind. Understand that it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because, and I'm just looking at these notes because, like, I went back just to add some extra shit because, like, you don't always think about it when you're, like, in the video or when you're recording. But yeah, I didn't forgot the part I just said right there. But yeah, I just wanted to just say that I'm giving you a different perspective. Anybody can make a video about this and chop it up and say she's a hoe, which is true, and then make a 5, 10, 15, 20-minute video just on that alone. You know what I mean? But I'm up here just giving you a different perspective because that's my mission, that's my purpose. And if you mess with it, if it's something that resonates with inside of your soul, that opens up your mind, great, because that's why I'm here. And I wanted to add those extra points because I felt like they were missing. And if I did probably touch bases on them, I feel like I didn't go a little bit more in depth or give more explanation or reasoning to my perspective. But I just want all y'all to know that, it doesn't, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, it doesn't matter where a person is, it matters where they're going. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that you have to be with somebody like that. Nobody's saying that for a female, nobody's saying that you got to be with a man that's then done that. No, but for a man, nobody's saying that you have to be with a woman that's done that. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's forcing you. Nobody's making you. No, none of that. What I am saying is you have a choice in understanding if this person has made the changes in life that you believe are high enough to be on your level, on your bar. Did that person, is that person on your bar? Like, it in life, we have to choose to set the bar. Like, if you're cool with somebody like that, then that's they're on your level, right? But if your bar is high or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then that ain't for you. It's just that simple. So I just wanted to just add that, so that other people can broaden their perspective and stuff like that. And like I said before, um, you know everybody got their type. You know what I'm saying? So some people may find that attractive. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this too. I would say, you know, I'm not asking for a virgin, but I'm not asking for a hoe either, right? But I don't mind some experience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not looking for somebody that's like her, right? But if somebody has chosen to go past their past and change their ways, then that's all that matters. I mean, like, there's shout out YP, because that man did a whole lot in his past, and look at how he changed the world. You know what I mean? Look at how he changed our community. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us out here that have lost our way, and they found their way, and then they chose to enlighten others. So I apologize for this video being so long, but I understand that this is a big issue, like, in our community, and it's a big issue with just with this culture. You know what I mean? So if you can grow from it, I hope that it creates some type of healing for those who have been traumatized or whatever. That so be it. But you know it, it's just time to change our perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's just another way to look at something besides just looking at it in a hateful way, or or with anger or with frustration, or just chop it up to just being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was told before, and I'm gonna end it here. When you're born, you're not born with a Bible in your hand. You were taught to believe in Jesus. You were taught to believe in the Bible. My perspective, right? Anyway, I'm out.